Hi guys, welcome to the Darkness channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. You know, I have a daughter about your age, said Yamamoto. She has a good life. She's pretty, has lots of friends, and gets good grades in school. No one has a bad thing to say about her. I don't know what I would do if I found out someone was bullying her. He then leaned in toward Hannah. Could you imagine what I would do? The smell of cigarettes hit Hannah's nose like a slap in the face. From what I've been told, this Shizuko girl wasn't very popular. That probably would have made her an easy target for bullies. This is harassment, explained Hannah. You can't blame this on me. I didn't do anything. If you keep up with this line of questioning, I'll tell my dad to hire a lawyer. He'll sue you and the city for everything you're worth. This one has a lot of fire, said Yamamoto. Please, understand where we were coming from, said Tamaki. We have to cover all our bases to make sure we don't miss anything. We are not saying you or your friends had anything to do with this. We just want to know if you knew anything. None of us knows anything, said Hannah. When you ask the others, they will tell you the same. You so shouldn't even bother wasting your breath. She probably just killed herself. You said it yourself. She didn't have any friends. Suicide? Asked Yamamoto. We've been seeing a lot of those lately. People are always looking for the easy way out. He then pulled out a cigarette and lit it. Smoking isn't allowed on school grounds, said Hannah. After taking a puff, Yamamoto grinned, showing his teeth that had been yellowed from years of his bad habit. We'll just let this be our little secret, okay? He said. I'm sure a girl like you is good at keeping secrets. After school, the girls met up in an empty classroom. So, everyone stuck with the story, said Hannah, staring out the window. I told you there was nothing they could do to us if we all just stuck together. Is it over? Asked Nami. Are the police done with us? It's never over with them, so be careful what you say. They could have microphones hidden everywhere. I'm sure they'll wiretap our phones. And if you ever see someone watching you from the shadows, it's probably them. I don't want to live like that, said Nami. Well, that's too bad, said Hannah. That's what happens when you're a criminal. Stop trying to scare her, said Sayori. She's been through enough. Don't worry about it, Nami-chan, said Aika. The worst is over. There's nothing that they can do to us. So cheer up, okay? Really? Asked Nami. Aika gave her friend a nod and a smile. I don't know about the rest of you, but all this talk has made me hungry, said Hannah. Aika, treat me to sushi. When making the request, Hannah had used much a friendlier tone. It was something that neither Aika nor Nami had ever picked up on. But Sayori always noticed how friendly Hana became when she wanted something. Okay, replied Aika. Are you coming, Nami? Asked Hana, though she had posed the question to Nami. Hana had been looking at Sayori when she asked it. Yeah, I'm coming, replied Nami. A faint smile upon her face. Can you wait for me out front? I have something I need to do first. Okay, but don't be too long, said Aika. When Hana and Aika were out of the room, Nami asked a very startling question. Sayori-chan, do you believe after a person dies, they might be able to come back? Sayori was taken aback by what had just been asked. Why? She asked. Did you see something? When Nami failed to make eye contact, Sayori knew something was wrong. What did you see? Did you see her? Did you see Shizuko? Tell me if you did. Nami's cell phone rang. Yes, she answered. Hey, Nami, if you're not coming, then we are going without you, said Hana. I'll be right there, said Nami before having Hana abruptly hang up on her. I have to go now, Sayori-chan. Wait, what were you going to tell me? There was a very poor excuse for a smile upon Nami's face. It was nothing, she replied. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Like Aika-chan said, the worst is over. And with that, Nami quickly gathered her things and took her leave. Nami, said Sayori. I saw her too. Unfortunately for Sayori, Nami was already out of the room by the time she had made her confession. After having had sushi with her friends, Nami went home and straight to her room. It was late and she needed to get started on her homework. Her parents had left for a late dinner shortly after she had come home, leaving Nami all alone in a disturbingly dark house. The only light to be found was coming from her small desktop lamp. I don't get this at all, said Nami, thumbing through her textbook. Why do we have to learn this stuff anyway? We are never going to use it. Nami's cell phone began ringing. Hello, she answered. Nami, it's me, said Sayori. Oh, Sayori-chan, what's up? Need help on your homework? I was thinking about what you told me at school today. When you asked me about ghosts, we didn't get the chance to talk. Forget about that, said Nami. I was just feeling a little stressed with everything that happened recently. My mind was starting to play tricks on me. No, Nami, listen. It's okay. Let's not talk about this anymore. I just want to move on. But, hey, want to go to the game center tomorrow? I know Hana might be mad at you, but I talked to her. I think she's just in one of her moods. Nami, please listen to me. Even through her cell phone, Sayori could hear distinctly the sound of footsteps on the other end of the line. Nami had a wood floor, which made it easy to hear when someone was walking across the room. "Nami, is someone there with you?" asked Sayori. As well as Sayori had heard the footsteps, they were far more noticeable to Nami. "Hey, Nami-chan," said a girl's voice that was deathly familiar to her. This was followed by a hand coming to a rest on her shoulder. "Don't turn around." Sayori had heard what had been said on her cell phone, and the next thing she heard was a scream that sent a chill down her spine. "Nami-chan!" screamed Sayori. "Nami-chan!" The next day, detectives Yamamoto and Tamaki paid another visit to the school. They were met with even more defiance when they interviewed Hana. "Another girl for your school has met her fate," said Yamamoto. He then took a long drag on his cigarette as Hana burned her glare into him. Tamaki opened a window to allow the smoke to escape. "I don't know if you should be referring to her death in that way," she said. "If things keep going this way, you won't have any friends left." "I already told you," said Hana. "Shizako wasn't my friend." "No, but Nami was, and now she's dead." "That can't be a coincidence. Maybe a guilty conscience left her with no other choice. Or maybe someone was trying to keep her quiet because of the information she had." "Just come out and say it," said Hana. "You think I had something to do with this, too. You have some nerve. One of my best friends is dead, and you're pointing the finger at me." Though she was acting as if she was the victim, Hana's acting skills were less than impressive. It was easy to tell that she was far from disheartened over what had happened to Nami than she was letting on. "Then why is she dead? It doesn't make sense. Her death has to have something to do with what happened to that Shizako girl." "It didn't," said Hana. Her demeanor calmed. "It had nothing to do with it." "How do you figure?" asked Tamaki. "Nami was having an affair with a married man," said Hana. The usually talkative Yamamoto was at a rare loss for words after hearing something so shocking about a high school girl. He said he was going to leave his wife and take her away, explained Hana. But he lied. He said he didn't want to shame his wife's family, so he had to stay with her. I guess Nami couldn't take it, and that's why she killed herself. Yamamoto and Tamaki looked at one another as if hoping the other had something to say in response to what they had just been told. When the interview was over, Hana left the cramped office that was becoming far too familiar for her liking. "Do you believe her story about the affair?" asked Tamaki. "Who knows?" said Yamamoto, lighting up another cigarette. "These days, anything is possible. But I know that girl didn't commit suicide." "How do you know that?" "Because they found her body. Most of her bones were broken. It was as if she had jumped off the roof of her house. But they found her slumped over her desk. That hardly seems like a long enough fall to cause such injuries. I heard one of the girl's friends was the one who found her. She claims she called her and didn't get an answer. So she went to her house and that's when she found her. But when we checked the dead girl's phone, we found that the two had been talking before we got the call about the death. So she was lying. Do you think she had something to do with the murder? Who's to say this was a murder? Asked Yamamoto. That girl was hiding something, but I know she had nothing to do with this. Are you going to question her again? There's no need. She won't have the answer we're looking for. How can you be so sure? Asked Tamaki, calling it a gut feeling. But I think the truth will come out with time. Will I ever become as cavalier as you? Yamamoto began laughing. It's called detective's intonation, and you still have a long way to go before you learn. On her way home from school, Hana received a call from Aika. The news of Nami's passing was too much for her to bear. So she skipped school. Hello, answered Hana. I was thinking I would go see Sayori to check on how she's doing, said Aika. She hasn't been answering her phone. I have a lot to do, replied Hana. I won't be able to go with you. Did you hear about Sayori being the one who found Nami's body? I can only imagine how she must have felt having seen that. Maybe she is the one who killed her. You shouldn't say things like that. Like I said, I'm really busy. Call me back later. And with that, Hana abruptly hung up on Aika. Why does everyone always bother me when I want to be left alone? Whispered Hana. Little did Hana know that Shizuko was standing directly behind her. Sensing that someone was near, Hana spun around, but there was no one there. Having been allowed entry by Sayori's mother, Aika made her way into her friend's room. Sayori was lying in bed, hidden by the covers. Sayori-chan, said Aika, taking a seat on the bed. How are you feeling? I heard you didn't go to school today. Neither did I. Do you know when you're going back? Not only did Sayori not reply, she failed to make any movement whatsoever. As much as I think about what happened to Nami, I can't make myself cry, said Aika. What kind of person can't cry when one of their closest friends dies? Have I become that used to death because of what happened? So, what does that make me? Some kind of a monster? You're not a monster, said Sayori. Then what am I? I'm supposed to be like you, in bed and shut away from the rest of the world. It's because of what I did, isn't it? God is punishing me. Nami was so upset over the part she played in Shizuko's death that she killed herself. As bad as it may sound, I wish I could feel the same. That way I could kill myself too. Aika-chan, said Sayari, rolling the covers off to face her friend. If I tell you something that sounds strange, do you promise to listen to what I have to say no matter how much you might not believe me? Of course, I listen. I've seen Shizuko. What? Gasped Aika. What are you talking about? I'm not the only one who saw her. Nami saw her too. She never came out and said it because she was afraid to. But I know she saw her. I know it. Thanks for staying till the end. Please subscribe to more stories.